You feeling envious of other people is the best thing that's ever happened to you. Yes, you heard me right. It's the best thing that's ever happened to you. I'm going to explain to you why and hopefully change your perspective about envy. On the screen, you will find the chapters for the video, and on my channel, you will find self-development content, guided meditation recordings, and quick and easy healthy plant-based recipes. So make sure to subscribe. How do you know that you're feeling envious towards somebody else? You're envying somebody else. You might see something, you're scrolling on social media and see some social media posts of people, maybe your friends, maybe acquaintances, maybe strangers, maybe even people that annoy you, that you actually don't really like. And you're just feeling like, I don't know, you're feeling a bit envious and you're recognizing that about yourself. It could be as a person, a specific person, or you might have read something on the news about a business launching, for example, that you've always had the desire to do yourself, but you now see that somebody else has launched it and you're feeling envious and you're feeling negative, you're feeling low, you're feeling everything's unfair, like you might be feeling like you're a loser, you're lame, you suck, life sucks, everybody sucks, like it's so unfair, everything's unfair. You're feeling envious, right? I want to reassure you that it's a normal emotion and that the best of us feel envy, and I think that nobody is exempt from this emotion and that it is a normal emotion. On to why envy is the best thing that's ever happened to you. So let's first start by me sharing maybe a personal story. There have been a few occasions where I felt envy, and honestly, like, I would consider myself a good person, or I try to be a good person, to have good intentions, clean intentions. But when I experienced envy on a couple of occasions, the first thing is I was really surprised. Like, I was really surprised at myself and very disappointed. Like, I didn't think that I am that person. Like, I'm not the person that would ever wish negatively about somebody, like having something or achieving something. I felt a bit embarrassed, surprised, ashamed. That's the first thing I would say when I felt envy. And then the second thing that happened to me was that obviously I became aware of it. So for me, it was very important to be like, whoa, okay, how do we rectify this? How do we fix the situation? Like, I obviously don't want this. And then it actually dawned on me that if I know what is on the inside, right? If I am 1000% confident that I would really only intentionally and unintentionally, like I would only really wish the best for others, then if I am somebody who knows what I am on the inside, right? I'm not malicious. I always try my best to be happy for others or be happy about things that I read in the news or whatever, then surely other people are feeling envy. So it's not just me. I am so sorry to say this, but it's not just me, because I know what I am from the inside. And if I have experienced this, then everybody else has experienced this, including you. And don't sit there looking at this thinking you're all high and mighty and you've never experienced envy. I am so sorry, I don't believe you. Anyways, if you are that person and you're convinced that you're that person, then I guess this video is not for you. This video is for everybody else who's being honest with themselves and the reality of being a human being and having these normal human experiences. Anyway, so when I realized that this is actually, if I'm experiencing this, then everybody else must be experiencing this in different capacities, in different areas of their lives, at different points in their lives. So where does that leave us? What does that mean for us? Well, it actually means that it is the best thing, because, are you ready for me to tell you why it's the best thing that's ever happened to you? It's because something inside of you, okay, your conscious or subconscious mind is literally holding you by the shoulder, shaking you and saying, there's something here that you're experiencing that you need to work on. Like, there's something here that's bothering you about this person, okay? That maybe it's something that they have or something that they have achieved that you don't have or you haven't achieved, and therefore you're feeling envy. Or for example, it's here, like hearing about certain news or situations and also feeling envy. Therefore, this is your sign that you need to do some inner work. Something is going on that you need to work on, and that's the best thing ever. Like, wouldn't you just love somebody can just walk up to you and say, here's a list of where you need to work on your confidence. You feel lack of confidence, you need to work on your confidence. You need to work on your social skills. You need to work on this, you need to work on that. And you're like, great, thank you for telling me where I'm lacking or where I feel insecurities, and so that I can go work on improving myself in those areas, and therefore it will work for my benefit, so I can be happier, achieve more, and just be all around more, content. So for me, the idea is it's the biggest gift, because you are handed on a silver platter. You are literally in super crystal clear terms, in the most clearest way. It's like somebody is standing, pointing and saying this here, this is where you need to work on yourself, this is what you need to improve. So where does that leave you? What does that mean? When you feel envy, it's coming from a place of, that means there's something about this that you desire that you don't have. And it's coming from a place of feeling like you're lacking that thing, right? Whether it's something that is maybe a materialistic possession, or maybe a certain achievement, or it could be anything. Like maybe you see somebody on social media who's super confident and they're speaking, and it's making you feel envious. And maybe it's because you wish that you can be that confident. So then that means it's an alarm bell. This is something that you feel like you're lacking. So go work on yourself. Work on gaining that confidence. If it's, for example, you looking at someone and feeling like they've launched whatever, a business, and you don't even care about the business that they've launched, but you've always wanted to pursue your dreams, but you haven't been able to maybe figure out what that is, or what that would look like, or what context of that business that would look like. So then maybe you're feeling envy because you desire being able to do that for yourself. And it's just a reminder that you haven't been able to find the courage to achieve that yourself, to work on yourself, to put in the hard work, to muster the courage to seek it, right? So therefore, it's like, oh, that's what I'm feeling, that maybe I'm not even admitting to myself. So I need to go do some work to either figure out what it is that I need to do to be able to do the same for myself. Just because somebody else has it does not mean that you can't also have it. It doesn't mean that you need to take it from them so you can have it. It means that they can have it, and also you can have it. And somebody else can also have it. It doesn't mean it's either or. And so I think the first step when you're feeling lack in something is to try to change your mindset and feeling abundance, right? So you want to work on the opposite, because there is abundance of everything for everyone, whether it is success, or it's money, or it's this, or it's that. Just because they've achieved it does not mean that you can't also achieve it. The issue with envy is that sometimes the problem with it is like, why do they have it? It's almost like you wish that they don't have it, or that you would have it instead of them. Now, this is where envy becomes a bad thing. At the end of the day, if we know what we need to work on, where we're lacking, then that's 50% of the solution, because it's identifying what it is that we need to work on. The other 50% is actually doing the work and doing what needs to be done, so you don't feel that emotion anymore. When you're feeling envious towards someone or a situation, you really gotta stop and self-reflect and try to practice gratitude. Why do I say this? Because while you might be looking at somebody else for having something, right? Being a certain way, or achieving something, or having something that you don't have, then I think that's the situation where also you're looking at what you're lacking instead of what you have, right? You're looking at the cup half empty instead of half full. Let's say there's somebody who is super successful influencer, okay? Let's break it down, okay? And you're feeling envious towards them because they've managed to make it as a successful influencer. And you are sitting there thinking, oh, but I have put in so much effort and have not been able to achieve that. Life is not fair. Poor me, this sucks, not fair, right? That same person could be looking at you and thinking, oh, man, I feel envy that they have been able to, find a life partner and have kids, and I wish I was able to have that. So you're looking at what they have that you don't have, and they're looking at what you have that they don't have, right? And it could be somebody, they're like, oh, they have it all. There's no such thing. Nobody has it all. And so really sitting with yourself and being grateful for everything that you have. If you have a roof over your head, you should be grateful. You need to be grateful for everything. And I say this to you, and I remind myself, and I practice gratitude daily, because I need to remind myself to be grateful for everything. And sometimes I am feeling ungrateful for some things, and I am aware that I'm feeling ungrateful, or I am grateful for it, but still. So I need to sit and really try, continue. You keep doing the work, keep practicing gratitude, keep doing what needs to be done so that you are in a better and healthier state of mind to feeling gratitude. The final thing I want to say about envy is that when is envy a bad thing? Envy is like such a low vibration energy. So you don't want to feel envy. Again, don't judge yourself for it. It's a human experience. We're not perfect. Envy is a bad thing is when you act upon envy in a bad way. Not that I feel like I need to elaborate too much here because I feel like I'm stating the obvious. Let's say you look at something or you hear something or hear about somebody and you feel envious. If you decide to talk badly about them or try to harm them or try to put them down or being malicious or trying to, sending hate comments or all of that sort of stuff, or obsessively looking at their stuff and thinking like just brewing in that envy, that's when envy is a bad thing. Okay, that's when the first thing you need to do is like self-awareness and control. You are in control of how you feel and your actions, and that's when your actions need to reflect what's on the inside. So if you consider yourself to be a good person, or you strive to be always a good person, we're trying always our best, then it's important to be mindful of that and to maybe stop exposing yourself to that person. Maybe you need to stop looking at their content. Maybe you need to unfollow or block or hide what you're seeing. Again, if it's something that is, I'm referencing digital stuff, but obviously you can do that in real life. You need to, that's when the onus is on you to do better, to know better, and to do better. And when you've done the work, you will stop feeling envy towards that person, and that's when you have arrived. That's what ultimately we all need to do in our day-to-day life with everything. Like ultimately what we want to do is we want to grow as a person. We want to be better, we want to do better. We're trying our best, and so ultimately that's where you want to go. Like you want to be able to neutralize this negative emotion, be able to release it, like not judge yourself for feeling that way, because it's human to feel that way sometimes, and we're here to grow. We're here to try to evolve as human beings. It's a matter of like putting in the effort. And if you're watching this video, I know that you're somebody who is working on themselves and cares to work on themselves and has good intentions and want to do better and want to improve in their lives. Otherwise, you wouldn't be watching this video, because the topic of this video wouldn't interest you. The second thing about when envy is bad is when you also don't do anything about it. So you might not be malicious about your actions towards people, but it's not a good thing to know that you're feeling envy, but also continue to be envy, right? Like you continue to brew in that space and binge watching, other people that have the things that you desire, or continuing to feel that way towards that person, whether it's somebody that you know or somebody that you actually don't even know. It could be a stranger. You don't want that. You may not harm them, but also it's harming you. Like it's not good for you to be in these low vibrations. You're gonna attract more envy, you're gonna attract more bitterness, more jealousy, more of those negative things. So that's when envy is actually really bad. And the third thing is to take action. If you're feeling envious towards somebody because they've achieved something, like let's say they're in a relationship that you desire, you're single, you want to be in a relationship, but you are not been able to be in a relationship, then that's when you can sit with yourself and think, okay, obviously something about that is triggering me to feel that way. I'm not going to judge myself. It's normal that I feel that way because, I've been single for a few years and I've been really looking for a partner, and it's not worked out for me. I've been disappointed over and over again, and then this person just got engaged and that person got married and now they had a kid. So it's normal to feel that way and not to judge yourself, but obviously you don't want to feel envious towards other people, because it's not a good thing. It's not a good thing to feel envy. It's the best thing because it's an indication of where you're feeling lack. You want to be able to work on yourself, like to do more self-love practices, to be grateful for all the other things that are going for you, even if that one thing which is what you desire, a relationship, you don't have. You still want to be grateful and remind yourself and be in a grateful mindset of all the other blessings that you have in your life. And therefore then you move away from feeling envy, bitterness, and jealousy from people that have the things that you don't have, and moving towards being neutral. Like of course you will still feel like, oh, I wish I want that or I desire that, but it's no longer feeling envy. It's not gonna make you feel, those negative emotions. So then, you will start to be able to enjoy your life today, even when you are single. Really love, appreciate, enjoy life, and still aspire to try to meet the person so you can settle and start a family. But it's no longer feeling envy, but rather, motivation. Use that as a motivation to work on yourself, feel healthier, practice more of the hobbies and the things that bring you joy. So you're feeling more full, more content with different aspects of your life, while still aspiring to also meet somebody and complete that aspect of your life. You see what I mean? Hope you've enjoyed the video on envy. I hope I have challenged your perception about envy and how it actually is a good thing if it's used in the right way. If you actually do something positive with it and flip it around and actually do good with it. If you like this video, then please don't forget to subscribe, because it helps me continue to do what I'm doing. If you're somebody who wants to live a healthier life, work on your personal growth, then this space is for you. I share more self-development content, guided meditation recordings, and healthy, quick and easy plant-based recipes. Hope to see you in the next video.